were hanging out, and she had
a big old dildo in there.
She had a rubber wiener taped to her stomach.
I've never seen the likes of that.
The radio's on the internet now.
Playing Dickie Doos there, waiting for him to come in.
It's the greatest show of all time.
It's the best.
I like a bologna.
Said, you gotta go home, Taff. I said, why'd you make me? And I threw them.
He's making kissy eyes at the piano, man.
I seen him do it.
Dancing in front of a jukebox.
And she dances her friggin' clothes right off.
You don't
let him carry his own friggin' pee bucket.
Let him carry his own
pee bucket.
Effing pee bucket. We watched it, so you don't have to. Welcome to Golden Fears. My name is John Forward. I'm the producer for this show. Momentarily, I'm going to bring in my great aunt Edna Fairweather and her friend Taffy, and we're gonna get to the bottom of the last American Hobo, which is. If you're a long fan of the show, we've been working our way through this Vinegar Syndrome Lost Picture Show box set. This is number 5, so we're past. That's the end of the first 3 disc section, so we're on to the next one after this. I mean, I figured we had a couple of shows in a row where we were covering mainstream stuff like. Bloodsucking Freaks and Lord of Illusions, so we needed to get back to this. It's not really this is going to be a tough one for the ladies to talk about, I think, but anyway, the write-up from the Vinegar Syndrome website. A true maverick auteur who wrote, directed, photographed, and often appeared in his own work, Titus Moede's landmark docudrama on the rise and fall of hobo culture, The Last of the American Hoboes from 1971, is a delirious and earnest tribute to a forgotten facet of Americana. So that's one way to put it. It's very episodic. It's not really a story, even in the little booklet write-up that's in here. Usually there's a bit of backstory about what the movie's about, maybe something about the making of it, but this one is just like giving fun trivia on various actors in the movie. But anyway, that's enough out of me. This was interesting. I'm happy to get us back to our roots with. I mean, I wanted to revive this show because I got this box set. We've been dabbling into to the crowd pleasers, but we really need to get back to the roots. And anyway, that's enough out of me. Edna, Taffy, take it away.
That's when I got up and I turned around and I said to him, Edna, listen, I went to school with your mother and I'm not going to put up with that. Oh, hey, look, it's nephew Jonathan.
Good.
Ooh, gotta get myself sorted here. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh gosh. Here we are. Isn't this great, Edna?
It is.
Talk in the microphone. He doesn't like it when I don't talk in the microphone.
No, you have to. You have to. But
put my dang purse.
It's been a little time since we've been here on Golden Fears. My name is Edna Fairweather. You already knew that, though.
Yeah, I did, because you're my best pal, Edna. This is my best pal right here.
And I'll let her introduce herself.
Well, I'm just Taffy, and that's just fine.
Taffy.
Hey,
it's more than fine.
Stole that from somewhere, pretty sure. Don't think Taffy came up with that one on her own.
Jonathan, do the copyrights have to do with the catchphrases?
What?
Are we okay? Do you think?
I don't know.
I don't know. We better check it out.
Get the law people on it.
Better look into it.
But we're back on the show. I got my my ginger tea.
Smells some good.
What's ginger peach?
Smells like Bath and Body Works.
Smells like one of them Yankee candles. Just take a bite.
It's nothing like some sour water, and it said on the box to just steep it for 4 or 5 minutes.
How much do you do?
I just like to leave the bag in there, and it gets even tastier as you go along.
Get all the flavors in there.
Do you remember old Donna? She used to complain. You'd give her a tea, and she'd be like, psst, 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 "This is oversteeped." And she's a guest in my home. She'll drink my tea.
She get what she gets. She's lucky to get that.
I'm sorry if I can't get it over to you in the allotted
get it over
time.
to you.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's from you. You set me up for that one, Edna.
You set them up and you knock them down.
That's
Taffy.
right. The 1-2.
How it is.
I almost said the 1-2 trio, but that's not true because we're just the 1-2 duo.
Well, the Jonathan's a part of the show.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's why I was thinking of it.
He says he's on the 1s and the 2s.
And the 3s.
Yeah.
And this is number 2 stand-up comedian, is what they tell me.
Go on.
That's right. We're so proud.
In all the whole city.
Yeah, St. John, New Brunswick.
Well, I'll tell you, he's a card. He is a card.
But speaking of Donna, do you remember when it was not at the same time that she was complaining about the tea? It was we were at the mall and she fell down right flat on her face, and
oh my soul,
should have broke her nose. But
what'd she do that for?
She told us her nose is strong as a goat because she drank milk a lot when she was a kid, so she had lots of calcium in her nose, and it was strong.
That's the way to do it.
It's a strong nose. You gotta
really build that up.
I didn't put any milk in my peach
Jonathan, I hope you're drinking your milk.
Something like that.
He fell on his nose before, didn't he?
Oh yeah. He when he was a little boy at school, the other little boys didn't like him very much, and they hit him in the face with a lunchbox.
How could they do that? Who wouldn't like that?
Right in the schnozzle.
Oh my soul!
Oh,
you gotta drink your milk.
He came home crying, and I just and I happened to be over visiting at the time.
Oh,
and
Edna!
He was crying his little eyes, and his nose is all crooked. And I just came up to him and did a little and just put it back in
right
place.
Up.
We don't even need to go to the doctor.
We're like, get your nose straight.
That hurt.
Smarten up.
Been straightening out that boy for all these years. Sometimes more successfully
don't
than
doubt
others.
that. I don't doubt that for 1 minute.
So the movie we went back to this big old chunky
big book.
box.
This reminds me when you used to get the Disney films and they'd come in that big plastic box.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Those are worth money now. Do you know that? You get those? Yeah, they go for $40,000 on the dark web.
Well, we need to get. No, I want to stay on the clear web. The light web. What's
the top?
I don't like it.
Google.
I want to stay on the Google.
Yeah, as long as you stay on Google. Yeah, don't be going on the dark web.
If you can't find what you're looking for on
then it's
Google,
not worth looking.
You go to Bing. Bing's number 2.
And number 2's good.
Number 2, there's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with number 2. Not a darn thing wrong with number 2.
Nothing to shake a stick at. But we're back. This is movie number 5.
Oh my soul!
From the
who's keeping track?
The Lost Picture Show. It's called The Last American Hobos. It's a documentary, true story,
real life.
Yeah, they went out and they filmed these unhomeless
They were hobos. They chose it. They chose the hobo life, Edna. It's different. It's a lifestyle.
They followed them around and they
call each other bows. Haven't heard that one before.
That's a good. It's been a long time.
First time I ever heard that.
Now, when I was a young girl, though I was probably 16 years old. I got real sore at my parents because they didn't get me my cha-cha shoes for Christmas.
They didn't.
And
Edna, you never told me that.
I was so upset.
Oh,
I ran
God,
off.
love ya.
I ran off into the woods, and I joined up with one of these Hobo communities.
You never.
Like in the movie, they were all my husband.
Were you the
for
one
a
in the
little while. No, that wasn't me. That was Shelley. I think.
Oh, Shelley.
That was Shelley.
Didn't catch the name.
So yeah, there's lots of hobos or bows. They like to call each other bows in this one. There's not one boobie in the whole movie.
I said I made a note for the titty count, the titty timer. Not even one. One didn't even go in it.
The titty timer's still at 0. Yeah. Just or no, it's I guess it would be.
It's at infinity. It's at when you do the 8 and you turn it on its side because
what time is it? That movie was 3 hours long, I think.
It was real long, Edna.
But
Edna, when you paused it there about 34 minutes in, whoo dog.
Yeah, I wanted to see. I think this. Oh, this is almost over, and we hit the button.
Guess what?
34 minutes. We still got another hour, but then that next hour just breezed by.
Did.
I thought
it did.
That first half hour, I thought, oh man, oh dear, I'm gonna fall asleep. But that's that last hour when the last song kicked in and he's singing the last American Hobo theme song. I was looking at the clock on the wall and I couldn't believe it. And
it was going like this, right? How it does in the movie when like time's going fast.
But there's not. What is this movie about, Taffy? It's
about hobos, Edna. And hobos come, hobos go. They get on the boxcar. The boxcar's the bad car.
Yeah, they want to stay. If you're riding on the rails, this is common. Is common knowledge in the bow community. Mm-hmm. If you're riding on the rails, you gotta steer clear of those boxcars because that's where the trouble is.
That's where you really get into trouble.
Yeah, you got it, and then that's the part where they start singing about Hobo John's going home. I thought maybe that's what they were. But he's not a hobo.
Yeah, but you know what they were saying is because he was dead and he was in a coffin.
Oh, that's a different. I thought he was. I thought it was like, well, I went on my hobo adventure.
Yeah, he went on it all right.
I learned about myself and about America.
You die when you get stuck between the friggin' trains.
Yeah,
don't be going in between them.
Yeah, there's one. He was missing a leg. I was confused about the leg because it sounded like there's a man he's talking about riding. He's got a missing leg and he's got a big piece of wood or something sticking out of it.
Well, let me tell you, Edna. Now maybe it's just me, but I was confused as to who was telling the story, whose flashbacks was whose. They just kept saying like, "Oh, and this was just like the time that poor old riffraff had a bee stuck on his shin," and then it would cut.
They did the water,
it would maybe be what he just said, and it might not necessarily. Might be a different story altogether.
They went. It's a lot of times.
A little light on the continuity.
There's the older man telling. They all like to tell their hobo stories.
He went to see his grandpa, and his grandpa lived by the hobos.
Stories, and like that's just like when in 1937 when this happened, and then they go and they show that it happened. I'm not sure how the documentary traveled back in time. They must have filmed this movie over decades.
I think they did. They started filming it. I think just around. I think the earliest we seen in there. Pardon me, okay. Edna. Jeez Louise, it's dry down here, Jonathan.
Sorry about that.
You don't have old. I don't know his name, but old Slim. He rolls up his own smokes and he
puts an aspirin in there.
That's
a good trick. That'll fix your right up.
I don't what
It's good for your liver. It gives it a
I
workout.
smoked in all my years. I smoked 3.5 cigarettes.
Oh, my soul.
And
Good for you.
Not one of them had an
Wild.
aspirin in it.
No?
I feel like I was, maybe if I was going to have a cigarette, maybe that's a nice little zip that it adds to it.
Wonder if you can get those with the aspirin already in it. Or do you got to roll your own?
Yeah.
They do a clab. The kids say that a clab is what they call it.
Clab?
Clab.
A clab. Like a little crab?
Yeah,
Crawls
but
around.
like a clab.
Okay.
And they get together. So when two bands, or well, bands could do it too. But what I'm
Rubber
thinking of
bands?
is brands. No, like a music band. Well, like remember Traveling Wilburys.
Pull out the lat restrict and you go blung 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 blung.
You can do that, actually. Yeah, Edna, that's good thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. She's real smart. She's a hot doc, that Edna. Anyway, I don't remember what we were talking about in the movie. There was the boxcar.
Collabs.
This is very similar to how the film actually played out because it was all over the place.
It's just this happens and then this we
guess what?
we
It
start
was
out.
Hobo Christmas. They're hanging tin cans on the Christmas tree.
That was nice. They had a little hobo Christmas song, and it was nice snowfall, and they're hanging tin cans.
They're reading the Hobo news. That's good.
Yeah, you got a little newspaper.
Good to stay on
said
top of it.
Hobo news at the top. Before that there was an angry man that was just staring at people in a restaurant. That was
that was right near the start. And then he
standing outside the window and saying, "Oh, that fat bad man, he never missed a meal, but I missed a meal," and so he was mad. And then the man in the restaurant, he said, "Hey, manager, that hobo's looking at me in the window, and I'm a paying customer, and it's my right to eat my supper in peace." And they shoot him away. He kept saying that he wanted to bring his gat. I don't know what's the gat.
I'm not too sure what that is. No, Edna, I think it's some kind of like a baseball bat, but like you know how they got those ones that they're metal and you hit it and it goes. Pew! Do you know what I mean when you hit the metal and pew, with that metal baseball? I think that's what a gat is.
Aluminum bat.
Yeah.
Aluminum bat, little baseball
I think that's a
bat.
gat. That's what a gat is.
Yeah, and then we got Hobo Christmas and Hobo News. We got some of them that are ingenuous and they're trying to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and they're talking about peeling apples for a nickel.
Yeah, they're walking. This one guy, he's walking around. He's finding, what do you find? Bottle of wine, something else.
I don't know what the little thing is. He sold it
electronic.
for a nickel. It was a little doodad. I didn't know quite what it was. And there was another guy that he got a good price on copper because he had old copper tea kettle.
Yeah.
This wasn't made with a copper. This was from Jonathan's robot coffee machine. I just wanted some hot water. I wanted to use a kettle.
I never seen the likes of that thing. He's going to be.
He turns on this big machine. It's the size of a washer machine.
You better watch out, or you're going to be having Mr. Starbuck up here saying, "Why are you getting on my turf?"
He turns on he turns on the machine. I tried to put the coffee cup that he gave me in there, and he said, "No." And then it started squirting dirty water into my coffee cup.
Oh, I just drank that. I thought that was part of it.
And then he said, "No, use the spout over on the left, and you move it over, and you turn it on, and you said press the hot water button, and I press the hot water button, and it just goes whoop, 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 and then it starts a little pee dribble out into my cup.
Why don't you use the kettle?"
He told me to use the robot machine.
Well, he doesn't know. He loves robots. He talks to the robot. He gets his coffee from the robot. Mm-hmm. I bet he gives the robot a little kiss on the lips.
What?
I bet he's looking at those robot girls, aren't you?
He just said he has a robot that'll move the camera up if we move.
Yes,
what are you talking
It adjusts slightly. It's not.
How do I do it? Where is it?
It's not working.
Yeah. Sorry.
Where's the camera at?
I don't know. It's not working. Jonathan, robot fail 137.
Jonathan. You got to be nice to the. Holy, it just cracked my knee off the edge of that.
Oh,
Edna.
your bum. It's your bum
Careful,
knee.
Pat.
Be
My
careful.
bum knee. It is now. I'm like the movie Merry Christmas bum.
This is thematic. Yeah, that was a nice lady. She said Merry Christmas,
Gave him
bum.
money. Merry
Gave him
Christmas
money.
bum.
It was when he ran the old donut scam on her. Where
He eats.
But it was-
He
it
gets
was-
a donut, presumably,
It's a-
puts it on the ground.
But it's a movie.
Then he eats it.
It's a movie within the movie. He's wearing a coffee can crown.
Oh my Lord! Couldn't keep straight. That's when it took a turn.
There was I realized
I gotta tell
after the fifth hobo that gets introduced that has a spiky coffee can crown on.
Yeah.
I picked up that these are all of the different dynasties of the hobo kings. And they're telling old stories about one of them was named King Cole.
And
I remember that.
At this point, I didn't really catch on, Edna, that this. I knew it wasn't real, but I didn't know you weren't supposed to know. I thought they were being serious, and then it took a real turn with the kings.
Yeah, the hobo kings.
Pirate, they got a pirate. Listen, okay, wait, I wrote them all down
Oh yeah,
for you.
he was hitchhiking. He had eye patch. He said he hurt his eyeball. He got a hot cinder
coal.
from a train engine.
But was he one of the crown ones?
No, he was just hitchhiking. He was sitting in the back of the old Ford truck and just riding into
Had the
town.
eye patch
and
on.
Was just looking for a
That's
place
not
to
the pirate
go.
one, though. He wasn't the pirate one, though. There was like a
Well,
little.
the one with the missing leg, is he the pirate?
No, there was one on the Hobo of the Seas.
There's a man with a missing eye and
There
a man
was
with
Hobo.
a missing leg, and there's this third
and a third
hobo
one,
who was
Hobo
the
of
pirate.
the Seas.
Oh yeah, there was something.
He had
I
a
think
crown.
I remember something about that.
Yes, Edna. That's the point where it all started to go downhill real quick. Because listen now, we got Pigpen Hobo. He's rolling around in the muck in the ponds because he can find a mud pond to roll in. He's got a crown on.
Yeah, he likes rubbing the mud on himself.
They got this other guy, right? He's in a band and they're on the street. They're playing, like, remember you said the rubber band bingo, but
Oh yeah,
Playing
he had the shovel and he was just hitting it with a stick, and they were pretty good.
They got a gourmet chef hobo. He's cooking. It's pretty good. They had onion.
Oh yeah,
they had a carrot.
they had cutting up that potato with his dirty hands and throwing it right in the.
Well, they're hobos, you see.
Yeah,
They're hobos, you
But
see.
they're-
Don't know where he got the fresh produce. That's all right.
There was the one guy that said he used to be a big shot in the IWW union.
Yeah, the world workers of the World Union of Workers.
They were all in the World Union of Workers before they lost their work. But these hobos, these are charming, old fashioned type
These
of
were
hobo.
the last American hobos.
They got nice,
It's different.
they got button up shirts, and they got a nice brimmed hat.
Yeah. Putting
And,
stuff all over the hat, little jingle jangles.
The ones that don't have
was
a coffee
nice.
can crown, they've got
They got a
brimmed
nice
hats.
hat.
And,
Not too bad.
They're probably stinky, but they seemed like they were gentlemen.
Well, you know,
they were gentlemen.
they liked it. They liked it. I liked the part, Edna. We got to it. They were having a convention, Hobo Day,
It was Hobo Day and a Hobo
Crown
Day
and a King.
parade.
Crown and a King, the parade. They saw them all going. They got Myrtle. She's the boxcar queen.
Oh, Jonathan was telling me that the Hobo Day part
true.
was the part that was a real documentary, and the rest of it was
all
all
real.
made up.
That's the best news that I heard. Is that true, Jonathan? That was the
Yep.
best part of the movie. Because let me
That's
tell
what the
you,
book
here's,
says.
here's
It's a Hobo Day celebration. They got the big Hobo convention in
Here's who I got.
Britt County.
There was four contenders, and I'm missing one. So you help me out
Okay.
here, Edna. I got Slow Motion Shorty. Okay, got him. I got Pennsylvania Kid.
Yeah.
I got Connecticut Slim.
Myrtle.
Oh wait,
Myrtle.
was Myrtle French? Boxcar Myrtle French? Is she one of the ones?
She was the queen.
She oh yeah, okay, so let me tell you,
They're very forward
progressive.
thinking. Well,
because in the 40s they crowned the first hobo queen, and they were saying the reason
think
they
it was-
did that
it was
it was
to-
the optics, because before that They're crowning a little boy, so just have a little think about that one.
All the top hobos got together and they had a little board meeting and they got marketing team together to
pick
they had a little
flow
picture on a
and
thing.
It goes like this.
And they
gotta
said,
put them together.
Well, what about he probably give a speech. He said, "You remember when you were a kid when there was the old male hobo king,
male hobo king."
But this ain't your daddy's hobo king. It's 1940, and we've got a hobo queen, and everybody's.
I think maybe you missed the part. I really need people to understand what I'm getting at here, because they started crowning a queen because there was always a hobo king and a queen, but prior to this point, the queen was a little boy that they would just have hanging around. I think you did.
Altogether.
I think you did miss that part, Edna.
Well,
and
this hobo culture. It's not for us to judge. It's bow culture.
It's okay that you missed it because they really skimmed right over that.
Okay.
This is a real one.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Just threw that line away. I got young boys crown the king. That made them.
That's more scandalous than the man that was chopping wood sideways. Did you see that?
Yeah, he needed help with that.
I never chopped wood, but I never seen wood chopped where you lay the log out lengthwise and cut it this way. You stand it up and it goes down. That was, but if that makes you a nickel to get you a nice bottle of wine and a nice hobo jam bread. What was that?
It was a hobo
jam.
bread and jam.
And
do you remember how you do it?
I think you just take a piece of bread and jam
it. You jam hobo bread and a jam.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
What a hot dog that guy is.
There's lots of nice tips for hobos. If you're a hobo, this is a good movie for you to watch. It talks about how on the water tower when you go in town, that's the hobo bulletin board where they say this is a nice town for hobos.
They say you can get your lump here, and that what they mean is you get in, get a meal, have a sleep, maybe wash your bird, whatever you need to do. Another tip for you: sleep on newspaper.
Yeah, you put the newspaper on the bed so the bed bugs don't get you.
That's in the mission. I don't know if that works in real life. They did a little song that I really liked, and
no depression in heaven.
That was good. I wrote down these lyrics. This was earlier in the show. Okay, it says, "A road to welcome your load, just a clothes on your back, and your bindle sack."
I like that. Good.
Yeah, because everything rhymes.
It rhymes and it's true.
I really liked it. Road, load, back in your sack.
That's an iambic pentameter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
There was
Edna. How do you know that stuff?
Edna. I helped him write those plays.
Yeah, right. That's from reading those dirty books.
There was one of the hobos.
That's from reading those Harlequin romances.
One of the hobos broke out into a Shakespearean monologue.
Ooh, that was he did, didn't he?
He was wearing an artist formerly known as Prince necklace over his red long johns.
Yeah. He must have really liked that fella.
Just
big grease stains down the front of him.
Well, he had to wipe the grease off his hands before he gave his soliloquy.
Yeah.
But lots of tips. But there's sadness to it. When a man he died in the mission, he snuck his pistol into the bathroom and took care of business.
Yeah.
And,
victims of industry.
Well, that's what happens when the world's workers union says, "Hey, pound sand, hobo."
Yeah, he says, "Listen, you gotta get out of here."
Some of the hobos seem to like being a hobo, and the one guy kept talking about how he didn't want to be a 9 to 5 clock puncher.
That's what a hobo is.
Clock puncher sounded like a dirty word.
That's what hobos are, darling.
Well, some of them were saying that they were trying to find work, but they couldn't.
No.
Yeah, some of them. It's a mix.
I do remember that now.
Yeah.
However, I thought, I don't know. Now, I watched the same thing you did, but it was giving me the impression that a hobo is a traveling
I think
man
most
likes to do it.
They seem there seems to be different
and
factions
people
in the
who
Hobos.
don't like to do it. Yeah, maybe that's right.
The old hobos they talk they don't talk nice about the new greenhorns, they call them.
Yeah.
And
Grabbing the wrong part of the train.
How, when society starts making skyscrapers and buildings, it makes it harder for the Bow community.
Yeah. Yeah, what are they supposed to do?
And they're talking in a sad way that there isn't as many bows around anymore. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Because how are you going to get a friggin' train when you get a skyscraper?
Yeah. But they're all sad that there's no more hobos. But doesn't that mean that everybody's got more people got jobs and there's less people that are hungry and living in the streets? That seems like a nice thing. But they're saying, oh, there's not enough hobos anymore. It's a lost tradition.
I think it's all right to let that one fade out. Maybe maybe that's why they do that hobo convention.
Well, yeah, that drums up so that they got this whole town seems to love the hobos. They come out. The hobos make them big dirty buckets of sloppy
real
stew.
Real hobos and real people, citizenry of the town.
The Shriners were in there in the hobo parade on their little scooters, driving their little hats.
Now let me ask you
this. Road, and they got the candidate. Well, the hobo parade and hobo day coincides with the king and queen hobo elections, and that's what everybody's excited.
Well, that's
about.
A good coincidence, isn't it?
They
good thing for that.
They do their campaigning. They get on their float, and whoever's the best waver, that's who wins the election.
Yeah, and they clap, and they're like, "Woo! Look at that waving!"
Is it just the hobos that get to vote on the hobo king and queen, or do the other town people?
How would they? I feel like the townspeople, they don't really know.
Well, they seem pretty immersed in the Bow culture. They're just eating their cups of slop, and he's taking a sip of his hobo soup. He's like,
I wouldn't be putting my lips on that, Edna. I tell you that one right now.
They
and I don't often say that.
Taffy.
I'm just joking around. Oh, I got a question.
Oh wait. Oh no. This wasn't one of the election guys, but I wrote down.
Oh, yeah,
Poison Ivy Bob. He lives in the caves.
Oh, maybe that was the other one because I remember it was 4 guys.
Did he have to go to the caves because he lost the election? Yeah. Maybe something. It might have been a story within a story in a flash.
It was hard. It was a little bit hard to follow.
This brings us back to a whole different angle. Those 2 little boys that are throwing rocks in the cave because they want Poison Ivy Bob to come out and play with them.
That's how you usually get people to interact with shows. Throw a couple rocks at them.
Hey, Poison Ivy Bob, get out here.
Get out of your house.
We want to have
You got one
chat.
leg. Your knee got stuck in the train.
Who else is going to tell?
Your brother fell over and his head got hit.
Tell our children their stories of riding the rails. Yeah. I imagine one.
He got hit right in the head with a boxcar.
Yeah.
You ever heard of that? Well, that happened in this.
Well, there was one scene where one hobo, I think they were mad at him because he sold out or something. He was having a rally to sell war bonds. Yeah, selling
the war bonds. See, now he was one of the kings though. He had a crown.
Oh, did he? Yeah. Okay.
He's
got some authority.
Because I got confused because I thought the first guy that had a crown, he was in like a movie. Yeah. What? That's another. Okay, let me ask you this one. They were filming a movie,
director, and he had one of those cones that you yell directions.
And filming, and he was the first king.
So
he was the first king. And then the next thing we see, right, is this guy selling the war bonds. So I'm thinking it's a continuation of the story, and he's a star now, and he's selling the war bonds. And then it was the pirate one, like on the boat, the high sea pirate. And I said, Edna, what are we watching? Edna, did you change the channel?
Well, I just found something on the election because people are wondering how these ballots are cast. Is there home voting? Can you mail it in?
Oh yes, what'd you say?
But no, it's whoever got the loudest applause. They had an election by applause. I think that's what we should have.
I think that would work really good because then you get all the people.
The prime minister, the world's workers. You can clap.
They get to see and you go woo.
And the hobo slop is called mulligan stew. mulligan
Oh.
stew. If anybody wants to find a recipe out on the internet, if you want to
Send
make
it
some
in.
mulligan stew,
Send it in. Find a recipe.
pour
send it
it
in.
in an envelope and mail it to Jonathan's house.
Yeah.
We'll get
If
it.
you find a tutorial, I'll cook it up. Edna, would you help do the filming, and you could be in the filming?
Yeah, we could do a little talk tick of eating a mulligan
talk
stew.
tick. Listen to this one. Doing the internet.
I did some research.
My phone won't run that. It's got you flip it.
No,
You
I
open
don't-
it
I
up
don't-
like
I
this,
don't- I don't-
and it
I don't
won't play
know either.
TikTok because the screen's too small on it.
Jonathan's wife's always sending me talk ticks on Facebook, but when I click on them, it
She
just
does
opens up. It opens up a Google store, and I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy anything.
I wonder
from
if
the
that's
Google
because he
store.
doesn't do what she already told him to do, which is click up in the corner and hit open and talk tick.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
weird, isn't it?
I
No.
think he said something about he did, but it always reverts because
that's
he
weird.
doesn't look at it every day, so
Yeah,
it goes
that's
into
weird,
sleep
Dad.
mode on his phone.
Huh?
And his
Edna
phone
knows what's
says,
up.
"Hey, we're not using this one anymore."
What a rascal that kid is.
Oh, well, speaking of that
She's
kid
right.
being a rascal, he's got some shows.
You're doing your shows again.
Thank you.
Yep.
I did
Plug time.
17 office Christmas parties in December with but I
You
think
did,
I'm
Edna?
taking a break.
You
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
Are you doing that now?
Some of those corporate
We're
men
very
when they
proud.
had a few drinks, they
Let me
get a
tell
little
you, they
handsy.
like
They
to
get a
get-
little handsy.
They like
and
to
I
give you
didn't
the old,
appreciate.
They
it.
like to climb the old corporate ladder.
Yeah, and I'm no
Photocopying their
I'm no
buttholes.
ladder, but John Forward, the comedy man who does the things, he's on. I don't know. He's not sure if this one will have already happened when this comes out, but he's at the Five and Dime comedy time at the Five and Dime. That rhymes, and so did that. January 21. That's a Wednesday.
That's
And
not
then
good.
he's what? Stupid Bowl.
Yeah.
You're
not nice.
You're
Stupid
on
Bowl
a show
one.
called the Stupid Bowl
That's
One.
not very nice.
at the Comic Sutra.
What are you doing?
in
That's a
front-
they call it a roasting. Like that might not be a roast. I mean, saying stupid, that's a roast.
Jonathan, you're going to break your back if you play football. I don't
There's
know.
there's no
so
football.
that's at the Comic Sutra in Fredericton on February 7th. And then again at Comic Sutra
Oh my
for the Ridiculous Festival.
He's gonna be
That's
gone
clever.
for a million
Ridiculous.
years.
It's like Fredericton, but with Ridiculous put together. That's
yeah.
clever. And did you come up with that, John? No.
No, it wasn't.
He's on Late Night Comedy with Michelle Petite, where they on Friday, February
she's so funny.
20th.
I can't get over her.
They're gonna say all the words, and then on the last day of the month, some people forget that February is a shorter month than the other months. On the last day of February, No Jokes Barred will be at Wasted Day Brewing right here in St. John. You can have that back now.
He's all over the place.
So Taffy, do you have any other stuff about the movie that we haven't talked about?
I had
yet?
a question. I thought about this. Let me ask you this: a carnival folk, is that a hobo?
Well, they have a job and
I don't
they
think
make
so.
money. Yeah, it's hobo.
You know,
it's
you're
hobo,
right.
It's hobo adjacent.
It's hobo adjacent. They're traveling around.
But even within the hobos presented in the movie, there was the different factions. I assume these surly hobos would probably have
'cause
some
you
words about carnival folks.
I imagine they would. Because listen to this. Some of the hobos, right? They're chopping wood. They're peeling apples. They got a job. They're making money. Carny folk.
Selling war bonds. It's
Selling war
honest
bonds.
day's work.
Making films. Sailing the high seas.
Mm-hmm.
There was we forgot one of the kings. He was the literary king.
What did he write?
He wrote
did he write
a book.
novels? I don't remember
Yeah.
this part.
He wrote a book. Now listen to this. Let me see the name of it here if I can remember. I got to write stuff down because I don't remember stuff so good. It was called inner tube come clean. And they said, now what does that mean? And he didn't want to explain it, they said.
Oh, there was another guy that didn't want to explain it. I said there was a man, he was an innocent man in jail that just kept saying that he was innocent, but he wouldn't explain why. He just said, I didn't do it. And they say, well, what do you mean? And he just clam up. But then they sent him to the firing
Not
squad.
real sure why that was in the movie either.
I think he was a hobo that was, and then he went to jail, and then he said he was innocent.
Now let me ask you this:
they didn't believe him, so they firing squad, bang bang.
If you're a hobo, you go to jail. Are you still a hobo? Are you a jail hobo?
I think it's part of the Bo culture. Well, there was the scene where the hipsters really liked the hobos, and they were drawing cartoons about the hobos, and they had the one cartoon where the hobo was acting a fool so that he would have a nice place to
I forgot about that. Oh yeah, and then listen, they pretend to be sick, but then you got to watch out. Medicine in the black bottle.
They were very.
Put you to sleep
the hobos
forever.
are afraid of the medicine from the black bottle that would end, and there are good tips for women too, because the hobos, they're devious. They play on our kind hearts.
Yep, they eat a donut right in front of you that they saw on the ground. I don't know. And I don't know if that would do it for me.
If you saw a hobo eating a donut off the ground in front of you, would you give them money and a smile? One
I really don't know.
No.
I think Taffy would do that. Yeah.
I
think Taffy would.
I think pepper spray to the face would be the Edna response.
Oh, Edna. Edna.
But
that's all right.
Hey, let's put some seasoning on that donut.
It's okay to respect your boundaries, Edna, and it's okay to do that. You have every right.
My hobo days are behind.
You have every right to spray if someone comes up to you. Even if they just look at you or open their lips, you just unload right in their face, Edna. You have every right to do that.
I've had plenty of hobo lips in my day, and that day's passed. Jonathan, can you put in a flashback of young Edna?
Should we do like... I don't
sound effect is the best I can do.
Well, I just did it. To do he can't do that.
Well, maybe after when you're putting it on the tubes, you can just throw.
I don't know what you drag and drop. Do you not do that? That's what you do.
Get the robot to make you a little video of young Edna hanging out in a waterfall with the hobos.
Robot knows how to do that.
I haven't dabbled in robot videos.
I think so.
Lost my train of thought again, Edna. Holy, it's late. We're up late.
You lost
tonight.
your hobo train of thought.
I did. Yeah, choo choo. There was a lot of trains in this one.
Lots of scenes. They play a song and they show the train and then the train and then a train.
Now, Edna, did you clock a model train at one point that was very zoomed in on? I don't know.
No,
it might have just been me.
There was a fun little mini train that the little kids could pretend to be hobos at Hobo Day.
And then the only people on it were two adult men. Yeah. It was nice. Nice to see
passed out.
Nice
drunk.
to see grown men having fun.
But did you like the movie, Taffy? Would you? It's not. It wasn't. There was a little bit of blood. There was the one part.
Where's the blood at?
When the guy in prison, they found him in the toilet stall. He was.
Oh, my soul.
Yeah. That was a shocking image of violence.
That wasn't in jail. That was at the mission, though.
Oh yeah,
because he had a gun.
They didn't show the firing squad. They showed the other one. So there was just that. There's no boobs. There's no guts. No monsters. I mean, technically.
What's the point?
But it didn't. There wasn't really a story. Some of the music was interesting. Some of it was pretty good. Toe tappers. Some of them these
Big Rock Candy Mountains on there. Always like to hear that one.
There was a song where a man sounded like an old dying cat trying to sing.
Yeah,
it's not, but Rock Candy Mountain's a classic, and they're in Hobo Christmas is good, and No Depression in Heaven is a nice uplifting tune about looking forward to the future.
I can't say Liked it or disliked it, Edna? It just seems to be a thing that I witnessed.
It's not a great close to the first half of this chunky box.
Are we through the first half already?
That's number 5 out of 10.
Oh, my soul.
Keeping track.
And so I guess that's it. So this is Golden Fears, and we talked about the last American hobo. Is it Hoboes or Hobo?
Let me see what I wrote.
I think it's Hobos. I think it's Hobos. This isn't.
It says
this
right
movie.
here.
This movie would have more of a
Doesn't
more
it say
if it
Hobos.
Hobos. Yeah. If it focused on one hobo, there might have been a story.
Oh, they had hobos out the wing-wang in this movie.
Hobos galore. And anyway, my name is Edna, and this is Taffy.
I'm Taffy.
And I'm just gonna leave that notebook there for next time, Jonathan. And I'm gonna take my peach and ginger tea. It's got just another mouthful left there, and I'm gonna
You'll pee the bed, Edna.
Gonna enjoy it off camera.
Well, I think that's nice. All right, be good. We'll be seeing ya. You can text me. I'm on Facebook anytime. I get lots of those free, I've subscribed to a lot of those free pattern sites, where you can get like different quilt patterns you can